Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are talking about no new friends, you guys. No new friends when your supposed friends are truly your enemies, you guys. Truly your enemies. So again, people claiming to be friends of Kevin Samuels, the late Kevin Samuels, people claiming to have close, intimate relationships with Kevin Samuels, people claiming that they knew Kevin Samuels recently inside and out, were a no-show, a no-call, a no-show at his funeral today, you guys. But not only that, also profited $30,000 in what, 10 days, 10, 11 days since Kevin Samuels has passed, you guys? Like in the couple of weeks has profited $30,000 and could not rub together one nickel, one dime, $1, one quarter to go to Kevin Samuels' funeral. Some even living hours away from Oklahoma City, you guys. Hours away. You could have gotten a rental car. You could have taken an Uber. You could have taken a train, plane, automobile. You chose not to show up. But $30,000? And so it gets better, you guys. It gets better. Because during the funeral, they are sending hate and leaving negative comments on other content creators streaming, right? And it gets better than that, you guys. Immediately after the funeral stream is over, to the empty funeral for Kevin Samuels, like that all of these people that claim to love him were nowhere to be found, does a stream, you guys, basically admitting, yes, I particularly bullied these people on purpose because it's what it says in my book to do. Because I didn't want them to talk about Kevin Samuels. I wanted them to come for me as a distraction so that I could protect Kevin Samuels' mom and protect his daughter. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That is not it. And now people are on to the scam. People in the comments are saying, is this about Kevin Samuels or is this about a promotion for your book? Because if you look at the title, it makes it seem as though, okay, you know, there's a thumbnail of Kevin Samuels, of course, but it makes it seem as though there's something that they are actually going to address, right? That there's something important that they're going to address in the video. But it is not. It is a promotion for their book, you guys. An actual promotion for their book, for you to purchase their book, for them to choose an excerpt of their book, for them to try to explain as to why they targeted certain content creators. No, 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 no. It's a violation of YouTube's community guidelines, you guys. And that's on period. There was no laws that were followed. There was no chapters from a book followed. This was just classic bullying. Classic bullying attempts to shut people up because you didn't like the narrative. You didn't like people exposing the truth. And the truth is, all of these alleged friends were nowhere to be found, you guys. Nowhere to be found on that funeral stream. Nowhere to be found. And you know, then all of a sudden you put that you're allegedly sorry or whatever else, but you don't have the decency to contact these people individually and say, you know what, I went too far. You know what, I did not handle this appropriately. I was immature in my approach. This is not who I am. But instead, you are saying basically you did this on purpose. Now you're trying to turn it around and say that you collected $30,000 on purpose, you guys. Make it make sense. How can you say that you were trying to divert attention from Kevin Samuels and you still profit $30,000 in less than 2 weeks since his passing? That doesn't sound odd to you, you guys? That doesn't sound odd to you at all. Because it sounds odd to me. Because originally, you've already said that people needed to keep your name out of their mouths. And you wanted them to also keep Kevin Samuels' names out of your mouth. But because people were exposing what was really going down, now you're trying to flip it. You're trying to flip it back and reverse it, right? And you're like, oh, well, I was doing this on purpose. I was doing this so you could come for me now. No. That was not why you did that. You wanted people to shut up. This was not a distraction. This was disgusting. And you're only doing this now because an actual close friend of Kevin Samuels since the 1980s called it for what it was and had direct contact with the family that this was too far. This is the only reason as to why now there's backtracking. There's backtracking, there's people removing videos, there's people who are completely, fell off the face of the earth and are not talking Kevin Samuels at all. And some people who they're missing on a milk carton, you guys, who all allege to be Kevin Samuels fans, who all allege to be his close, intimate, relationships and this and that. But this is the prime example of what it means, who your real friends are when you're going through something, you guys. Who your real friends are when something happens to you is going to speak the volumes, you guys. When you are sick, who is going to go to the hospital to visit you? When you have an untimely death, who is going to show up to your funeral, you guys? Are they going to make a big show about it on YouTube and collect money off of your name and then not attend the funeral at all? And then now that the funeral is over, now it's all, oh, I want us all to work together. I want us all to have Black excellence. I don't want there to be hate. I don't want there to be problems. That is classic manipulation and lack of accountability, you guys. Classic manipulation tactics and lack of accountability. You knew exactly what you were doing by targeting specific people and doxing certain people and threatening people and telling your followers to threaten people. You knew exactly what that was going to do. And you think now that it was all to make it about you and take the focus off of Kevin Samuels, but it just made people go even harder. And it even made Kevin Samuels detractors, people who couldn't stand Kevin Samuels, it made them look more sympathetic. It made them look more empathetic. Made them look more human than the so-called Kevin Samuels fans, you guys. Make it make sense to me, you guys. There is no way I am going to be profiting off of any relative, any friend, or anybody. No. Absolutely no. That is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. And that is not somebody who is a Christian. That is not somebody who is godly. That is somebody who saw an opportunity and wanted to take it. And now, because of the overwhelming people that called out the situation for what it was, including actual people who have known Kevin Samuels for over 30 and 40 years, that held you to the carpet, you want to backtrack and now say, this was all a game. This was all a game. This was all on purpose. It was all a lie. And, I wanted the hate to shift. But also buy my products, you guys. Also buy my products because I was following these principles that is in my products that I want you to purchase off of me because I know now that the super chats and the super thanks and everything else is going to stop since I can no longer use Kevin Samuels' name to profit. And that's how people manipulate and suck you in, right? People who pretend that they are truly somebody's friend, that they were truly close to somebody, and you see nothing but the clout chasing, right? But some of you, you're grieving. Some of you were so into Kevin Samuels that you were blinded by what was really happening. You couldn't see what was really happening, that you were being played, that you were being manipulated, that you were being taken for a fool, that you were being taken for a chump, so that they could have access to your time and your money and your resources and your traffic that you bring from being a Kevin Samuels supporter. And now that the man has now been laid to rest, now all of a sudden it's, oh, I wasn't trying to do this or do that. I was simply trying to make the focus not be on Kevin Samuels. But by extension, it was always going to be about Kevin Samuels, because it is about how you're making him look. By how you are attacking people and doing things that Kevin Samuels would never have done if he was still here, and didn't do when he was here. But you see the game, you guys? You see the game? How people can suck you in and maybe meet somebody once or twice, maybe have a couple of phone conversations with them, and completely sell to you guys that they are the best friend of, of everything. Completely change the story of what was in the original police report. And elevate somebody who found Kevin Samuels and is nowhere to be found at the funeral. If she allegedly was supposed to be a fiance, that obviously was debunked. Because if you're a fiance and you allegedly know the mother, wouldn't you have attended the funeral? You see what I mean? So it was all of these other lies that were taking place. And then there were the threats. And then there were the bullying. And then there were the polls to say, hey, I have this little droplet of tea on Kevin Samuels, but I need you to do X, Y, and Z for me before I say anything. And then I'm not going to say anything because I just want you to do my bidding for me now, because people are on to me. No. That's not how this works, you guys. That's not how this works. We are not here to attack other people and send hate to other content creators and threaten other content creators. That is not what this platform is about. This platform is for each of these content creators to create content in their niche and develop and engage with their followers and attract new followers and everything else that, like their style, like their approach, like the message, that are not trying to con you, that are not trying to beg you for your money, that are not trying to manipulate a sad and unfortunate situation for their financial gain to the tune of $30,000, you guys. That was not what this platform was for. So I implore you to see the game now, that it is going to be more, videos about promoting themselves and promoting their products, which was the objective all along, you guys, was to gain the Kevin Samuels supporters, was to make as much money as you could before the real funeral even took place. And then, poof, now all of a sudden everything's all good. Now all of a sudden it's all about Black excellence and building bridges, not burning them, and buy my products. I wasn't trying to harm anybody. I was just trying to scare them. No. No. You had full intentions of doing something and alluding to something happening to Black women at nighttime. So there was an agenda, and there still might be an agenda that we do not know about. But now that it has all been exposed, and now that it would be too obvious now to continue to exploit and profit off of somebody else's death, now all of a sudden it's kumbaya. It's kumbaya, it's smooth sailing, it's roses and flowers. No. We are not going to forget what took place. And I implore people to really pay attention to who they are getting their information from, And in your own lives, evaluate who really is your friend. Evaluate if friends that you have, if something has ever happened to you, or if something were to potentially happen, have they shown that they're truly your friend, or have they gone missing in action? Or have they put on a show for social media claiming how much you mean to them? And then when the time comes, they are nowhere to be found. But presenting a completely different story on social media to get people who love and support you to buy in. See what I did there? See how it all comes back to real life? See how it all comes full circle, you guys? And that's what I mean. That was the whole point of this. Is, life imitates art a lot of the time, you guys. Life imitates art. And art imitates life as well. It goes hand in hand. But we definitely see in this case in point of how dangerous it is to just let anybody come into your circle once you get to a certain level of success, you guys. Versus the people who were there before you had a penny to your name, before you had any recognition beyond your family and friends, before, you amassed to several people following you and this and that. This is the perfect example where certain people who envy you, who envy your success, who want your success, who want the money and the power and the viral moments that you have had to happen to them, but they don't have the same it factor. They don't have the same tenacity and the drive. So they have to go to even more deplorable tactics to get your attention. This is what happens, you guys. This is why when certain people get to the top and people try to imitate them or people try to take them down and this and that, and then when it's time for them to have that opportunity in the spotlight, they can't replicate that success. But they want you out of the way because you're a threat to them. You're making them look bad. And a true friend would be happy for your success. A true friend would be supportive. A true friend would be, inspired to go harder at whatever they're good at. But instead, you have people pretending to be friends who turn into leeches, who surround themselves around you, pretend that they are your friend, try to give you gifts, try to see where you live, see where you shop, see how you party, see who you interact with, who your circles are, and this and that. And then when the opportunity presents itself, when you least expect it, they pounce. They pounce and they take advantage of whatever the situation is in hopes to exploit and profit it, but under the guise of pretending that they were always your friend. And then when the dust settles, it's like, oh no, I really wasn't trying to do all of that. I was just trying to take the attention off. I was just trying to do this and do that. It really wasn't that. But buy my products now. Buy my products now that that's over. No. That is not how this goes, you guys. So I implore you to always be careful. I implore you to always be mindful of the people who are claiming to be your friends, mindful of recent friends that may come into your life or recent people that are latching onto you, and find out why that is. Are they genuinely latching onto you because of who you are as a person, and they generally like you for who you are? Or are they latching on because there's something you have that they can benefit from? And that is on that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.